Hello, my dear students and friends. Happy day for you. This presentation is on SWOC analysis of Tamil Nadu Agriculture Budget 21-22. I think many of you know the government of Tamil Nadu very recently presented the maiden budget for agriculture development, namely Agriculture Budget Tamil Nadu 21-22 in the Assembly. And many of our students and friends are interested to know about its strengths and particularly the speciality of this agriculture budget, weaknesses, opportunities and challenges of this Agriculture Budget Tamil Nadu 21-22. In general, this budget is very special because first time the government of Tamil Nadu is prepared, planned and presented the budget for agricultural development. And another speciality, within a short time, they also made a documentation and particularly for proposal on agricultural development. And third important general observation, compared to other major states in India, Tamil Nadu is planning a lead role in agricultural development. This is in a nutshell we can think of the special characters of this budget. But there are certain strengths of this budget, particularly agriculture budget, Tamil Nadu 21-22. Number one strength, I already said this is the first budget. At the same time, they also plan to invest more money on agricultural sector, particularly different sectors of different dimensions of agricultural Tamil Nadu, namely irrigation, farm income development, technology upgradation, bringing or removing regional inequality in terms of agricultural yield, return and profit. There are many things they made effort. And I think many of you know certain regions got a prime place in the budget document by way of getting priority in terms of a huge investment. So number one strength. Number two strength, we can think of the agriculture budget aims at increasing the wage of farm laborers also. Particularly because of COVID situations, farm laborers suffer a lot. They, in terms of loss of working days, loss of job, loss of income, in terms of wage income. So these things are also a serious problem in terms of Tamil Nadu agriculture. I think this budget made another important effort to increase or to multiply income of farmers and farm workers. Another important strength of this document, particularly agriculture budget, they are able to think of a futuristic approach in the budget. I think many of you know last more than 10 years or 2 decades, we are facing many difficulties in Tamil Nadu agriculture in terms of dryland farming, rainfed farming, in terms of low productivity, in terms of limited access facilities for market, limited access for storage facilities of agriculture products, many things we have. And these things are also dealt in a different way in this budget. So these are the certain special strengths of this budget document. What are the weaknesses of the budget? I think many of you know any plan document, any budget document, any proposed document must have must depends on a clear-cut database, a clear-cut informations. Whereas at present the problem of not only to Tamil Nadu, even to India, the data availability, data of accuracy, data of collection, these are some problems in Indian economy as well as in Tamil Nadu economy. So with the limited availability of data, they are able to make proposals. That's also a serious weakness. So before making proposals, the government should have an idea of compiling and collecting and processing all the data, and they must validate the data and verify the data. Then we can come to a conclusion what is the real problem in agriculture. So one important weakness is data problem. I think many of you know today data and data management and data mining are the serious important issues to be addressed. It is also a major link with Tamil Nadu agriculture. Another important weakness, there is a huge degree of inequality in terms of agricultural earnings, agricultural working days, agricultural productivity in Tamil Nadu. There are certain regions, they have more commercial crops. There are certain regions more dryland crops, more food crops. So earning from food crop is different from earning from commercial crops, and particularly hill crops and other things also important. So this budget fails to address or fails to notify this kind of inequality available in Tamil Nadu agriculture. Maybe in future they can think of addressing in a serious way. Another weakness of this budget document, particularly agricultural Tamil Nadu document, the investment proposed by government is not enough. Because that kind of seriousness in agriculture problem in Tamil Nadu. Already agricultural Tamil Nadu are having a more problem, and because of COVID situation become a very, very serious problem. It more or less like the Tamil Nadu agriculture in ICU. So we need a big push, or what I can say, a helping hand from government of Tamil Nadu. For that, because of maybe limited availability of resources, maybe because of limited time availability, they are not able to allot more funds. They are not able to invest more on agricultural sector, even though they have a special budget for agriculture. That's also a serious weakness. In terms of opportunities, we must think of good points, good arguments. There is a huge opportunity for Tamil Nadu to develop agriculture because the people are supporting the agricultural efforts, agriculture policy efforts by Tamil Nadu government. Another thing, the opportunity is since many regions are able to get agricultural investment opportunities, they are able to improve their production and they are able to concentrate on doubling or tripling their income by way of earning through wage income as well as through net profit in agriculture. And another opportunity, I think many of you know, Tamil Nadu agriculture has relatively much better in terms of relatively, in the sense relatively with other Indian states. They can improve the efficiency. They can also have a good marketing facilities. They can also have chances to adopt new technology in Tamil Nadu agriculture. So these are the certain opportunities for Tamil Nadu agriculture, and particularly people who attached with people who are associated with Tamil Nadu agriculture. And there are many challenges available with Tamil Nadu agriculture, and particularly this budget document. What is the challenge? They made many proposals, but they executing the proposals, implementing proposals may have a difficulty because of a resource crunch. So Tamil Nadu government must think of generating more revenue resource in order to support agriculture and the people who are living with agricultural operations. That's a serious challenge. Second important challenge, even though people are cooperating with the government, cooperating with technology, but the expectation is high. The expectation from the people is very, very more from the government, more from scientists, more from technologists, because everyone is interested to adopt new technology. But only thing, we must provide technology at cheaper price, technology in affordable cost. Technology must be access to all, not only in big farmers or medium farmers. So even small farmers must have access to the technology. For that, the government must think of providing or planning more inputs. That's a serious challenge in this budget. Another challenge of this budget is, I said, execution with improvement, execution with digital improvement. I think for that I already said data availability. So government must create a real database on Tamil Nadu agriculture in terms of production, in terms of farm income, in terms of inputs, in terms of input subsidy, in terms of electricity used by agriculture and other things. So all the data must be documented or collected, processed, verified. Then only this data can be used for documentation. This data can be used for policy implications. It's also a serious challenge in terms of agriculture, because this challenge will be solved by way of support from the government and support from particularly agencies who are dealing with data management at international level or national level and state level. On the whole, this Tamil Nadu budget is a welcoming one, because it's a maiden agriculture budget, first time agriculture budget. With a limited time, with a short time, they are able to cover more dimensions of Tamil Nadu agriculture. Really, the farmers in agriculture are welcoming this budget. But maybe in coming years, the government of Tamil Nadu may fulfill the requirement or expectations of farmers, farm workers, farm women, and farm scientists, and in terms of increasing resources, in terms of providing more technology, in terms of providing more agriculture infrastructure and other things. So once again, I must thank Government of Tamil Nadu for bringing a wonderful budget for agricultural development in Tamil Nadu. Thank you.